Every year, just as surely as the seasons cycle around, there are many people out there who can count on the males in their life to be completely useless for a solid week or so. Battling, more like whining, that they've been struck down by the life-threatening man flu. Every winter there are males all around the world curled up in the fetal position, eyes closed, sweating, groaning, moaning, while the females, often with the same flu, take it in their stride and carry on throughout the day. So the question remains, is man flu a real thing? Or is this just another clear example that the males are the softer, weaker, more fragile section of society? Is it appropriate for people to respond with, yeah, toughen up, buttercup, or, yeah, right, man flu, as if that exists? Or should we take it easy on the men in our society who are inflicted by this terrible man flu because it's a real thing? Important for this discussion, let's explore a little bit further whether man flu actually is a real thing. And if it is, what can we learn from it? What should we do about it? So let's discuss man flu. Is it actually a real thing? All of us are born with what's called an innate immune response, an innate immune system that responds to threats and stresses in our life. But similarly, most important for this conversation is each of us are born with an adaptive immune system, one that learns and continually develops over the years based on our experiences, based on our exposure, and based on our environment. But is there a different or a physiological difference between males and females that would justify the existence of a man flu? Well, it happens that there is. Since studies since the early 1940s, they've found out that women possess an enhanced capability of producing antibodies. They have a stronger immune system than men. In general, almost all the infections that exist, they're more severe in males than there are in females. Women have a greater or a better immune response to things like influenza, the common flu, hepatitis, measles, whooping cough, rabies, herpes, smallpox, diphtheria. The list goes on where women's immune responses to these things is greater and stronger than men. So maybe man flu does exist, or at least the man's response to flu exists. So what's that important to us? How does that really impact us in general? What I think is the most important conversation is all of us, or it's essential for all of us to realize that we all have an innate immune response. We're all born with an immune response. And yes, there are differences in the potential of this innate immune response between males and females, the female one being slightly stronger than males. However, here's the key to immune responses. We're all born with an additional adaptive immune response, one that does learn and develop day after day, year after year, based on our exposure, based on our experiences, and based on our environment. In chiropractic, how well you adapt and learn from your ever-changing environment is the greatest measure of health. And it's your nervous system that perceives your environment, that assesses your environment, and develops a response in your body so you can be better, stronger, and more able to adapt to that environment in the future. So all of us have an adaptive response to threats and stresses that come our way. And this is a continual process on and on and on from the day that we're born, continually varying and constantly developing and always changing. So the great news is when it comes to our immune system and our adaptive immune response, there's definitely stuff that we can do about it. There's definitely things that we can all do about it, males or females, no matter what. The passionate chiropractor in me, I'd be neglectful if I didn't mention that chiropractic is the key thing that's been proven time and time again to positively influence the balance and the variability of your nerve system, the adaptability of your nerve system, the adaptability of you for your ability to respond to challenges, to respond to threats, and to learn from these to prepare yourself for the future. The nerve system in chiropractic has been found to help with building that adaptability immune system. And it'd be even more neglectful if I didn't mention that we, in our practice here at Advanced Health Chiropractic, have the latest technology to accurately measure this level of adaptability of your nerve system. Each and every one of us has the potential to be amazingly healthy. Every one of us has an innate nerve system, or innate immune system, but every one of us has an adaptive potential to learn and grow and develop so we're more strong through each and every experience. Yes, it's been proven that men are born the weakest members of society when it comes to our innate immune system. And perhaps man flu does exist for some of us who have yet to develop that adaptive potential, adaptive immune system through our experiences and the vitality care, like things like chiropractic. You know, perhaps for these men, we can be gentle with them and gentle on them as they succumb to the man flu. Provide them with a reclining chair and a big, flat, enormous television so they can recover and watch sport and recover from the harmful effects of man flu in comfort. But when they're recovered, maybe we need to remind these men that the real reason that they get struck down more than the average person is because they haven't developed their adaptive immune system. They haven't exposed themselves and regenerated and rebuild, or potentially been under chiropractic care to allow their nerve systems to help them develop and rebuild that adaptive potential, adaptive immune system. So I guess the message for anyone who says that they have man flu or they're suffering from man flu is maybe take some responsibility, maybe take action, maybe strengthen your adaptive responses and maximize your potential. It's pure chiropractic.